Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and welcome to Friday. Or Friday here where I am. I'm assuming for those of you not in Australia, it may be Thursday evening. So today, making a really quick and simple card. I'll show you what we're making. Hello, Miss Deb. We are making this card using the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper, and we are also using the Peaceful Boughs and the Beautiful Boughs. Hey Pamela, thanks for joining. So my whole purpose for this card is to make the Designer Series paper the hero. Hey Laurie, thanks for joining, and I really simply, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. I've also put some texture behind the label with one of the boughs, although I did do it a little differently in my class. So I can show you one of those. I just made the stamping a touch darker and I just like the result. Hey Deb, yes, I know, Thursday night, hello from the future, la la la. Sorry, just being silly. So really simple card using the Stamparatus. I am going to finish off the card I have already started, as well as I'm thinking of, I might use up some of my scraps as well. So I'll make a card as intended, and I might make a couple of things unintended and use up some scraps and bits and bobs. My nails are actually purple, and they're really badly in need of doing, where the card is, I'll show you, purple and navy blue. Not quite, but yeah, I do normally like a darker nail. Hey Sherry, thanks for joining. So what I'm going to do, I am going to flick ourselves around and get making the project. Now I'm hoping my stand is all set up, because my son was trying to film a video last night for an assignment for school to do with a piece of music that he has written, and he's changed it. So I've checked it and I think it'll work, but we'll have to wait and see. They are really pretty colors. As I'm turning it around, I will tell you about, hold on one second. I'm going to flick it back this way so I don't make anyone sick. The colours I've used in this card are Smoky Slate and Night of Navy. And then just the paper, the colours in the card, which are, excuse me one second here, and yes, I know we're back to front. I will flick that around as well. And a bit of balmy blue, which is in the paper. Guess what? I think he may just be a genius, because he straightened everything out so well. So let's see if my darling 15-year-old is a genius. I know. Hey Margie, thanks for joining. Yeah, the navy is the perfect neutral. I'm so glad they actually moved it to the neutrals palette to make way for some other colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hey Rhonda, you have the DSP but not the dies. Well, I'm happy to show you and tell you why I use them. I'm just going to turn off the overhead light now that everything looks great on my screen. Hello Miss Diane, I hope you're well this lovely Friday. Helps when you don't turn off both light switches, doesn't it? Sorry for that momentary blackout. At least you can see I really do need my desk lit. But anyway, lucky it was only momentary. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining. I know, so do I. So I have used a lot of this blue paper and this is the Feels Like Frost set. Now I have shown this in an unboxing video, haul video. I have shown it. Hey Jeannie. And I do love it. The more snowy ones, I'm going to show you another technique, because this is probably getting a bit too snowy wintry for me, but that's okay, I'll still use it. So I have a full piece to use today, and on the back of all the pieces there is a silver and white pattern. Not sure. No, that's okay, Diane, not a problem. So I have used now let me move, this is one I have to finish. So I have used the Peaceful Boughs stamp set, and what I have done, if I can find the label, I have used the Season's Greetings, and I have also used this bough to add some interest to the background. Some of my class attendees did this, others went, no, you know what, I'm fine and don't want to do that. And I did use the matching label in the Peaceful Boughs die set. So just so you're aware, none of these boughs here actually match these boughs, but they do coordinate together. And this and this do coordinate with the two pines, and I did have an idea from a customer on how I can make these pine cones Australian. Even though we do have pine trees in Australia, she gave me a fantastic idea on the weekend, so I am definitely going to try that out. So I'm going to pop this one to the side because I already have my bits, I think, cut out, and I have my piece of paper. I'm going to try my darndest to be neat and tidy here. Oh, we had, so when I came on live earlier in the week, I'm just going to grab down my trimmer and do some trimming while we're chatting. So we had some pretty horrendous rain, and now it's nice and sunny, and because we had that rain, I have had my lawn mowed this morning and all the weeds killed, well, attempted to be killed, and the grass fed, because it's spring here in Australia. So yeah, now I have realized I haven't got any other pieces cut, so I'll grab a few other pieces and get them cut as well. Hopefully these aren't card bases, but knowing me, they probably are. No, neither of them are card bases. Perfect. That can go on the floor at this stage. Hey Elizabeth, hey Julie. But yeah, the rain has gone, although it's grey and sunny today, so it actually can't decide what it wants to do, which isn't fun for everyone who's trying to work out what to do for the day. Okay, 1, 2, I think I will cut the 4 card bases, because even if I don't get them made into cards, I sort of have an idea what I want to do with the scraps. So I will see if I can make it. I have actually various ideas, so I'll see if I can make it work, and then they can become separate shares, but just all in one video. Oh no. No. Seriously? Did I seriously? Yep, I just cut those the wrong size. But that's okay. I will just cut these. I cut a whole centimetre off, but that's okay. I'll just make them proportionate, and then I know what I'm doing with these. Talking and cutting at the same time isn't always a good thing. Hey Shelley. Okay, so these ones I'm going to pop over here because they are my smaller ones for my other ideas. And I need some Night of Navy cardstock. If you're my Night of Navy, you will be living here. So I'm just going to make 2 Night of Navy. Do you know what? Make 4. Make 4 and then you're pre-prepared. Putting it in the wrong slot is not helpful. Okay. Yes, I do pull up and down my trimmer all the time, but I don't necessarily have space on my desk, and it's just got the perfect slot next to my paper above me, which is fantastic. So we are almost doing these cards from go to woe real time today, including my cutting. You should know the closer you get to 40. I'm almost there, Jenny. Shh. I've made my birthday invitations. I've made them except for the inside information. I've just got to design that before, or after rather, I get a few things off my crafting plate for the month. Okay, right, card bases. I'm going to take one for the moment, put those to the side, grab my bone folder. Hello, Miss Leonie Newman. So glad you can join me live. Now, do you guys have any crafty plans for the weekend? I have a team meeting on Sunday. I don't know if that classes as crafty plans, and I do have a few projects to do between now and then. Party. Well, 1979 to be exact, Jenny. Since that's the year I was born. Now, top tip. Don't put glue under foil. It buckles and shows. And I'm just doing it the other way around. So please pray for me that I actually get this on straight, because I don't actually use it. Well, memory dex cards. So do you use your Stampin' Up products to make the memory dex cards? Look at that. That never happens. Never get things straight even when I do use my wet glue. No, not at all, Jenny. Not gloating. Well, I'm almost a 1980s baby, really, because my birthday is in early December. So almost an 80s baby. I'm almost not a Gen Xer. Creating Christmas cards for my staff. Ah, nice. Yes, I felt like that last week trying to get stuff ready for my launch last weekend. Okay, so that is the base of my card. Stuck down but extremely crooked. Let's see if I can. It's going to get pulled off in just a second because I'm going to, no. That's done as good as it's going to get, done and down. Okay, so that is the base. And I do have 2 of these bases and 1.5 sentiments done. So I'm going to show you how I did the sentiment. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining. Right, just let me line these up a little better here. And where's the original card? And that can sort of, that can go there. I don't need that just yet. I will grab my Stamparatus, you know, my handy dandy Stamparatus that I use all the time. So I made a jig. So in order to make my jig, I took this scrap piece paper, and imagine this is not already die cut. I stamped the sentiment and I die cut it, and then that created my jig because this was there. So then when I stamp it down, it's perfectly in the die cut. So that one I have previously done, and I do have one final one here that I haven't done, and the Night of Navy ink is right here in front of me. Oh, headed to your craft room. Yes, we'll take it easy, Leonie, and just do how much your body will let you do, otherwise you're in trouble with me. Okay, so that is nicely inked up, and if we don't stamp it perfectly, it's okay, because we're in the Stamparatus, so we can give it, yes, my Seasons isn't quite bold enough and filled in enough, so I will give it a second stamping just to make it nice and bold, which is the thing I like. Ah, that is amazing now. That is absolutely perfect and everything I want. So that is that done. So I could do lots of mass producing using the Stamparatus. I use the jigs all the time, Margie. Hey Margine, thanks for joining. Especially for my classes, because passing around a die cutting machine at a class isn't time effective, and all of them basically know how to die cut. So I normally create a jig, and then they're also more successful with their stamping as well, which is oh, Leonie better be shaking in her boots, Jenny, that's all I can say. Yeah, I like to be more successful with my stamping as well, so just having that jig helps immensely. So I'm going to be very smart and close my Night of Navy because I am finished with it, and I'm going to, now I had it here, I had a spare piece of paper. It's behind my laptop, and I'm just going to get out the middle-sized bow here. And if you want to have a look, this is a leftover bow that I haven't used, that I just chuck in one of our clear medium envelopes and pop it with the stamp set. So then I know where it is. Okay. So mount that up. I love how easy our cling stamps are to mount to our blocks, so I don't have to think, has it attached, because the cling is sticky enough for it just to attach nicely. Now I do always stamp off, because I can see here I had misinked an area, and I'm just literally stamping that over the sentiment. Now if you wanted to, you could stamp off and stamp on, and I will show you the difference. So the stamping off is a little more subtle, but this is one that is dried, so this will dry back to that. So that's all our stamping done. So hard, this card, so hard. It just took me a while to travel from here to Leonie, so she'd have time to prepare. And then I might be shaking in my boots instead of her. Okay, so what I am going to do, I'm going to pre-prepare. I'm actually going to pop these bits out. because I will forget and attach it to the card and they'll still be there. So I'm going to pre-prepare and put dimensionals on, just 2 dimensionals on the back of all of these. I know, it's so easy, Delinda, and adding just that bit of texture in the background, because with this one I did it with, I used the smaller one and I did it with Versamark, and it's just a bit too subtle for my liking, where I much prefer the bit more boldness. Oh, Leone is probably about 2 hours from where I am, in good traffic. If I left now, I'd have a really good run, because it's not school time or anything like that. Hello, Philomena. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I don't think I will need these anymore. Okay, so I have 2 of these to attach. One I will just pop to the side. Two of these just to attach, and I can also add some pretty rhinestones. Hello, Miss Beverly. Thank you for joining. I'm just showing you how quick and easy these cards are to make using the Feels Like Frost paper, and I love the photorealistic paper. I just really enjoy how pretty it is. And just while I'm doing that, I'll grab one of my big scraps and tell you, sorry, I'm just getting a question in my thing. No, I don't. There you go. The question, that is, I don't think no, I didn't buy gathered leaves. Question from another demonstrator, if they can borrow something for me. Love the sisterhood where we can support each other and we don't have to buy everything out of the catalogue, because that just doesn't make financial sense. Okay, so let me grab my rhinestones, and this is a really old pack. We no longer have these strips, so I'm just using what I've got until it runs out, because I had lots. Just let me reply, so then I actually remember that I've replied to that person. So love the silver and the white on the back, but the photorealistic side just gets me. So size wise, I think now I'm sort of going to start at one end. Let's see if I can actually get these centered, because that will be the hilarious bit. I sort of start at one end and then at the other, and then I go for the middle from there, because I find that works best, and I'm just hoping it's in a straight line. Don't even know if I want 4 on that top one, to be truthful with you, but 3s always look good. Sorry if I'm getting my head in the way. Oh, that one's totally off, but I haven't given it a big press down, so that pretty much works. Okay, that's 2 cards done. Since I'm having a team meeting, I'll offer to ask the rest of the team and see if they can borrow it. Scented is overrated. Oh no, that's not good, Jenny. Yes, crafting does sort of make me relaxed and forget about things. Okay, so that's how the card was intended, using 2 different papers. And so that's 3 cards done. Hooray. Now I want to show you, because the paper's here, a background that I can make using the scraps. Now this is currently just in my head. I do not know if this will work. Now I do have an idea for the big scraps, so I'm going to try and use the little scraps first on this card. So let's, right, they're all out now. So let's see how, I do have plans for all those pretty purple ones. So the big scraps can all sit together. Oh no, there are a couple of straggly little scraps stuck in there. Can you think what I might be doing? These ones I'm thinking of punching actually. No. Oh, well, yes, no, I don't have a cat. We are definitely not cat people, but I do have Miss Guide Dog Louisa. And she's in Sydney today, actually. So David's got a long, well, a work day in Sydney. I wonder why I don't have many dark scraps. But I'm just trying to create some interest with the scraps that I have. I know, I'm just playing, trying to think of ways. And some of these scraps are actually going to be identical or close to identical. I love the like bokeh effect. You really notice it in these smaller scraps, the bokeh effect. What do we reckon of that? And then I can add the season's greetings, or do I try to add one more? Because nothing says they can't be butted up against each other. Yes, guide dogs are beautiful. She's just working today. Well, at the moment, she'd be lying on the floor next to David while he works. So I think I like that kind of pattern with a little bit of a gap in between. And I've used 2, 4, 6, 7 pieces of paper, and I don't actually have many strips left, which is fantastic. Now, I just need to have a little drink break. Right, I was feeling a little parched. And I am going to grab back that scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to get gluing. Now I'm thinking, yes, exactly, Louisa, Jenny, Miss Louisa. She's loving her new bed at the moment. If anyone follows me on Instagram, I did share her gorgeous new bed, which is sort of, she's got a bed in one part of the house, but this one is for when we're watching telly. She likes to be with us, and she's rather enamored by it. She comes over and wants to sit with us. It's rather sweet, and it would help if I get this off quickly and try to line it up appropriately. See, this whole crafting and talking thing, sometimes a lot to be desired. Okay, now if I was being smart, I would pop this one down at the same time. Yeah, so it's just Woodbridge. I mainly share the same stuff over here as on Instagram. I do share some family stuff as well over there, just to change things up a little. Oh, no, got to get it as even as I can, top and bottom. Okay, so what I did, I inverted this piece so they're both of these flowers are out. I don't know if it works or not, but that's the way it's working for me, and I'm preferring putting the glue on the paper so then I don't get glue all over my hands. That's my theory, and I will stick to it today. And I've got my heater on again because the breeze was getting a little cool, and I think I'm gonna have to turn it off because I'm getting rather warm. That will do on that side. Hopefully my heater isn't too loud when you guys come in. David, David and the kids and her, yes, we are her pack, absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny, when the kids come home from school and she's here, she jumps off her bed and has a, well, that's a lot of dots of glue, and she says hello to them and the boys, and it's just, oh, it's so sweet. She is really the perfect kind of family dog. Now, I must have cut this piece different. It's the same, but slightly, ever so slightly different, these two. Don't know, that one's going to be stuck already, but that's okay. Okay. I may be not lining these up well, but we shall see when we reach the middle what our spacing is like, and it just may make that middle piece a bit of a feature. But I like that all these pieces are so very similar. So we all had different patterns. I think there were 3 quite nice blue patterns in the set that I wanted to use for the cards I've already made, and I just like the slight variation in the colours. Just trying to make it as straight as possible, which you know is laughable with me because nothing is often straight. Oh, I don't mind that that middle panel actually has more of a matte under it. It sort of makes it the feature. That'll do. Oh, I love Cavaliers. Is she a Blenheim or a tricolour, Jenny? We had a Blenheim, and Mr. Chester was adorable. I miss Mr. Bebesta. He has long passed on. And no, he wasn't a guide dog, he was a pet dog. Okay, that is that one done. All I have to do is trim them, pop it on the card base with the sentiment. So the sentiment can go, I'm thinking of centering the sentiment just like that. Bit of bling, because we've got the blingy bits in there, which is why I thought the shimmer of the frost actually matches quite well. She's a tricolour. Okay. I did a lot of research, and I do know a lot of people that since have Cavaliers. Okay, just trimming off the edges. So you can see this is a great use of your scraps and still makes a beautiful card. And then I have one more idea using my thicker scraps. But you can also use the strips on the inside of your card to jazz them up a little. Bone folder. Great. Oh, good. I would not like to see Cavalier. No. David would be, although Louisa is actually is David's smallest guide dog. So he's never had one, it's his first female guide dog, and she's the smallest dog he's ever had, but she works very well because she's very gentle, and after all the years of guide dog handling, David's forearms have certainly been damaged with all the pulling of the big boisterous boy dogs. So, and only two of which I know, the boy dogs. His older children remember the other dogs, and they were apparently just as lovely and gorgeous. Right, came off. Yeah, our Cavalier Chester, he was quite tall for a Cavalier, really, which was a bit, we think he was definitely the runt of the litter. He wasn't the true smaller Cavalier. Okay. Also a bit of, I could have added that. A bit of ribbon under there would look nice as well. The only ribbon I really could have used would have been a smoky slate one, which I'm not sure would have worked. A grey granite one rather, which I'm not sure would have worked as well. My customers just go very random grabbing their jewels. Sometimes does my head in when I go back to use the same packet. Okay, no, that's terrible. That's so off. It's terrible. Come on. Okay, that's better. Okay, so is that card done? So far we have made, or I finished, I have made, that was our sample, and I've made my scraps, and I've, dear word, we're trying to be very creative. And I have made these two. So now for my bigger scraps, I was thinking of grabbing the ornament punches. So these come in a duo pack, and they go with the brightly gleaming set. And what I'm thinking of doing is, don't know if these pieces are quite tall enough. Nope. And what I can do is, it's not really going to work the way I did. 32 pups, wow, that's huge. So hopefully I want to create like a background with the ornaments and our scrap paper. While I've got it here, I'd like to use it. I can also create more strips with it, but yeah, just trying to use it. Okay, so I get 4 out of each strip, which isn't too shabby in the whole scheme of things. I think I want to do some darker ones with these ones to add some interest. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I'm just trying to be smart, work smart, not hard. And having that interest there, just like in the background. I don't think they look like flowers, but they look pretty cool. Look at that one. That one's really pretty. And then one more. And I'm going to see if that fills a background or not. Okay, so I'm going to bring over one of those smaller pieces, and I'm not sure if I'll use the smaller one, but we'll see how we go. Let me put all my bits of rubbish in the bin. And I'm going to do a bit of a layout. So I've used 2 of the strips. Oh, that might be enough for both, actually. Oh no, we'll need a bit more. Sorry, I'm just playing around with the placement. Do like them hanging off just a touch, but do I want them closer together and then have, I don't know. Sorry, I've gone very silent. Hey Shannon, thanks. Hey Emily. Yeah, I'm just literally just having a play with how these are being set out and whatnot. Oh, no, we should go dark to light because that would look really cool. Having the dark on the bottom, going to the lightest on the top to create an ombre effect. If I can, yeah, apparently I can't pick it up. Okay, right. I think she's got it. I think so anyway. But I may need to punch a few. No, this should be the exact correct amount. Look at that. Now, do I need anything in the background? Like, do I need anything on this piece? Or do I sponge it? Or what do you reckon? I know, it's right here. It's right in arm's reach. I know, and I do talk to myself because I'm my own best expert because I'm the only one here to talk to. Well, in voice anyway. So I'm just wondering if the background's looking a bit, or do I glue them all on and then sponge the edges? Take the two light ones. No, I like it with, but I see where you're going, Jenny. That could work, but I think I'm after the whole background effect. So yeah, it needs something. Okay. I know. I'm thinking, that's why I'm thinking, do I need something in the background? Or do I like use this big bow and just have a very subtle, I think that would take away from the Mercury, Delinda, but I can grab it. Yeah, I like the ombre. I'll grab the Mercury. I just think the Mercury behind it will, I don't know, I like making the Mercury the hero. I'll put a couple on and you can, I don't know. Now, let me put the colour behind it. I don't know. I don't think it works. Yeah, I know. I need to stop procrastinating, don't I, Leonie? Okay, Mrs. Newman spoke. I have an idea. However much I love the Mercury, I'm not going to, it doesn't work. I didn't think it would, but it's better. Sorry, putting it away before it gets scratched. I didn't think it would work, but it's better to try. Okay, so I am going to grab my my biggest bow and stick with all the same supplies. Well, except I did add in the punch. I'm going to pop this here, grab back in my scrap. Yeah, you do. Hello, Susan. Feel like I've just been chatting with you. Hello, Miss Lorraine. We are on the last of 4 cards. Well, 3. How many have I made? I've technically from the start made 2 and finished 1. So I think I'm going to stamp off this bow in the background. And if we don't like it, I'll give the card to someone who's not a card maker. Have you girls ever done that? Gone, I don't like that card. I'm going to give it to someone who doesn't get card making. I do it all the time. It's pretty sad. So I'm just making sure that these leaves nest in. I'm going to have a blank spot, which is what I didn't want. Nah. Actually, if I turn it around, that may work. There we go. I have less of a dead spot then. Just trying. Oh no, I didn't stamp off. Oh well, no one will know, except for you guys. I cannot believe like that one. Okay, so that actually makes a really pretty background, and that's fairly full the way I was able to angle them in. I'm doing well, thank you, Glenda. How are you? Okay, right. Now we're going to get gluing. Just going to do it, but I am going to do my ombre. So that one was for the upper level. That one, okay, good-o. Now they need to hang off the bottom a bit, so spatially they work for the top. Okay, let's get gluing. Although I really should do that middle one first and try and get it as middle. Oh no, I'm breaking my rule. And I've got sleeves on and I just got glue on my sleeve because I'm not playing smart today, apparently. Now I'm just using this because the glue will go off the edges. Okay, so I think that background looks less stark now. I do. Look at all 30 of us. We're having a stamping party. It's great for a Friday to have a stamping party. Now, if I put the glue holder over here, my bell sleeves won't get in everything. Everything I bought for winter, like, has bell sleeves. And I'm very wary of the fact that I try not to keep wearing the same thing in my videos, and you girls can all laugh. Now these aren't centered at all, but you know, you get the effect. I have to go back and look at my videos to make sure I'm not wearing the same thing. Hello, Miss Kay, how are you? Didn't see you sneak in. Okay. Right, nest that in there, and then this one, and hopefully this all works as intended. But you know, you never know. I do like the way they nest together. The only thing I haven't got for this is a sentiment, but we can work that out. We are resourceful women who can work that out. Yeah, but Jenny, I do a to the face at the start. Oh God, you guys don't want to see me in my pajamas. Too much boob for Facebook for that. Yeah, I am, but it was funny. I was looking, must have been last month, I was looking back at my team videos, and seriously, I had worn the same top in my team news video for the past like 3 months. It was so funny. I just had to laugh. No one said anything, but yeah, it was pretty funny when I noticed it. And then I had my team news this morning and I went, no, you can't wear that shirt. But I wore that shirt, I think, yesterday, so I was all kind of safe. Okay, so do we like the boughs in the background better? Mike, no. And no undies inside out either. I just put the glue on the wrong side. But anyway. Okay. And I've thoroughly stuck this to the background as well. Okay, that works. That works. I like the background effect. Going to very carefully this is why I use a spare bit of paper. Carefully disengage this, put my lid back on my glue. Oh, I really need to go and buy new rings. Every time it spins around I go, I must go and buy it, and I never go and buy new rings. But they're really starting to annoy me. It's just comfortable for when I'm crafting, Julie. It's just a black and white cotton stripe top, 3/4 sleeves. It's just comfortable. That's why I wear it, and because I am seeing people today, but not like going to the shops or anything like that, so I don't want to look super nice. I don't know, it must be a thing. I always think, am I going to the shops today? Do I need to look nice in case I see anybody? I don't know whether my grandmother did that or my mum. I don't know. Well, I have the opposite problem. I need to make sure it's not too big. There is one top that is definitely, I'm not seeing any one top because it swims on me, but it's the same material as that black and white. It's the same top, but in a different size. Okay, we are all trimmed out. So that is our background. And I'm just going to get all these gluey bits off my scissors. And surprisingly, my scissors aren't too gluey. But I do need to use my glue remover because I did get some glue. Right. Oh no, I just ripped the paper. Well, I know where the sentiment's going. Okay, the sentiment's going across there apparently. Now, sentiments. Let's talk sentiments. I'm assuming I might like something a bit smaller. And if I find my I don't think Itty Bitty Greetings actually has a Christmas. It only has 'Tis the Season, Gratitude, Father, Forever and Always, Trick or Treat, Hello, Miss You, Engage Me, Thanks, Easter Blessings, 'Tis the Season, Happy Birthday, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Mother's Day, Sweet Baby, Happy Anniversary, May God bless and keep you, Best wishes, Congratulations, I'm here for you, Lucky Day, shall celebrate, hey, blah, blah, blah. Do I use like a 'Tis the Season? Well, look, if you did that, Lorraine, you would save trying to get dog and cat hair off everything, which would be most helpful. I've done really well and I haven't even mounted this stamp set. do I be bold and just stamp the sentiment straight on there? I could. I will have to use some bling to cover that up, but I'm thinking that 'Tis the Season will work perfectly. And if you were the Stamparatus, where did I put it? I used it and I've put it somewhere, and I actually can't. Yes, I can see it. I'm thinking that 'Tis the Season is fairly straight. Flip my plate around so don't have to be careful that I don't get that on. No, I don't think it's too small because I don't want anything too big. Now, my rationale for that is if it's too big, it might take away from the shapes that I've already used there. Now, if I was smart, I might use, that didn't even, it's not a cling stamp, it's a clear stamp. Okay, that is now attached, and what I might just use is this scrap, my Night of Navy. Living in your PJs, as long as you're not seeing anyone that would matter. Isn't it a good thing that I just had a scrap piece of paper there, girls? My word. Oh, now I'm stuffed. I'm absolutely stuffed now because this has ink on it. Okay, that's straight. Just pray. Because we can always cover it up with a piece of paper, which is why. No, now it's on here. Right, can that idea, because that idea just ain't gonna work. This is why we have cling stamps, people. This is exactly why. Okay, let me bring back in my scrap of paper. I've got some smoky slate on the floor, and because these all coordinate with the classic label punch perfectly. So let me get a block. See, I really wanted to stamp it twice to get a really crisp image. That one will do. Okay, classic label punch. Right. That's not middle. Lucky it's only scraps of paper and not on the actual project. Ah, that's a good tip, Leonie, and I always have lip gloss here at my craft table. But we're just going with this now. I'm okay. I can go... One's to one way and one's to the other. Just a touch. Yeah. Just use one of them, Ellen. And yes, this is what I do when I'm crafting. I really do talk to myself. Right, bring the card front over. Yes, I did just put ink on that one. So that one, it's because I have ink on my whole thumb. Right, so that one's been canned because it's got thumbprint on it. Lucky I did too, that's all I can say. So, I might like a small, thin piece of Night of Navy. Do I have a really thin piece? No, because they would be the pieces that Ellen throws out. I do. I'm most definitely my own expert here, Lorraine, because no one else is in the room with me. Oh, let's see if I can refocus here. Okay, so see, now this is the problem with these bits. Right. I know. I've lost some people, but that's okay. Oh, look at that. That is, meant to be. Right, get the glue on it, stick it down. It's all happened for a reason. It's all happened for a reason. Yeah, I'll stuff it up in front of 100 people. It's just the way life goes. It's real life crafting, and if you can't real life craft with your friends, who else can you real life craft with? I just put my finger in that glue. And I can tell I'm nearly at the end of this crafting session because my hands are giving out. Okay. I think that is perfect. And I need mini dimensionals for these ones. Am I really out of focus? Oh, hey Susan, yeah, I'm just finishing up my final card, which has been a bit of a mister to do, to tell you the truth, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting made. It'll be beautiful. Well, it'll be as beautiful as it is. It'll be a done card. And I've used some scraps in the process. Come on. No. That one just ain't gonna work for me. Oh, okay, just on my screen it looks terribly out of focus. Okay. Mini dimensionals away. And then I think we might need some more bling while I've got it open. And I've got the card base here ready, and I will call it done because I've definitely been on for over an hour. One of my long ones. I would have been fine had I have not used the scraps. Okay. And get rid of this gluey mess piece, which can now go down now. Bone folder. Ah, lovely. Now that came together very, very nicely, but I still believe it needs a sprinkling of bling. Yes, Jenny, I do hope it all goes well. Please tell me when you get a date. Hopefully you'll be well enough to enjoy Christmas. Okay. Totally crooked. Okay, great. Some bling. I'm going to be very generous on the bling here. Just going to do a cluster of bling. Okay, so a little cluster there, and then I'll do something here. Then I'll probably do a smaller one down there. Okay. Do just as a lead your eye around the card. Although I don't want to use a big one. I'm going to put the big one back, and I'm going to use just little and tall, medium and tiny. Okay, so you can see that just leads your eye around the page there. And while we are finishing off, I will just place some stickers on the back. I love that your friendship comes with a warning, Jenny. That makes me laugh. Just pop stickers on the back, so when I send them, someone may go, ooh, I'd really like some of those products, or ooh, can that person make me a card? And the answer is yes. Oh, I do love this strip card. It's a bit Frozen-esque, actually. Reminds me a bit of Frozen, that strip card. Okay, and this last one. And yep, that one's already got one on there. So let's bring in the products we have used. So we've used these, and I used this punch. Oh wait, I prefer to listen to Ellen. I'd rather right. Okay, so we have made these ones and that one. And we have used that one. So there we go. Thank you all for joining me today, hanging in there. I hope you enjoyed the very simple cards that I made and how I used some of the scraps. Thanks for hanging with me for the ornament card. It was a bit of a slog, but we got there in the end. Thank you so much, Margine. Yeah, just something same but different. Just, you've got to use your scraps. My pleasure, guys. Happy to inspire, especially if you're going to use your paper. If you've got your paper, you might as well use it to its fullest. Yes, I know, Lorraine, I know. And it's nice because it's a 6x6 pack. So you have to think about it a bit more literally. Oh, my pleasure, guys. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. Not sure if I'll be back tomorrow. Exactly. Hashtag love it, chop it, Jenny. Oh, me too, Rhonda. My absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Now, all you peeps in America, go to bed. I know it's late. Oh, Anne, you have. Oh, thank you, Anne. Go back and watch a replay and you'll be able to see these cards in their entirety of being made. So, yes, have a lovely weekend and I will catch you guys soon. I'm not going to commit to anything because I'm not sure what's going on tomorrow. So yes, I do have a very simple cased card I could show you, so I may well be back just to make that card. Okay guys, have a wonderful day and I will see you soon. Bye.